Are you thinking about upgrading your ceiling fan or a light fixture in your room? Today, I'm reviewing and installing the Arctica Austin 23-inch LED ceiling fan. And trust me, you'll want to listen to this. Let's dive right in. Hey everyone, I'm AG Squared, and welcome to the channel. If you're new here, this is your go-to spot for home DIY do-it-yourself maintenance tips, repair guides, and renovation guides that save you serious cash. If that sounds good, hit that subscribe button and let's go ahead and get started. First, let's talk about why this fan is worth your attention. Check this out. It's slick, modern, and minimalistic. That matte black finish with integrated LED lighting, mwah, chef's kiss. It's got 4 fan speeds that are pretty quiet. It's got reversible rotation for both the summer and winter use. It's got dimmable LED lights. It's lightweight, but still feels premium. And as you'll soon find out, the installation is a breeze. Pun intended. All that for under $150. That's a solid deal right there. Now, it's not perfect. It doesn't come with a wall mount for the remote, which to me is kind of annoying. But you can still grab one online for a few bucks. Not a deal breaker. The size, not large, so this won't go well with a medium to large size room. You'll want to keep it at a small room. And there was another minor annoyance as part of the installation that I'll share later. All right, folks, let's go ahead and install this bad boy. Here's what comes inside the box. The hardware kit, the remote, the mounting bracket, the mounting rod that will hang onto the bracket and be connected to the fan, the canopy covers to hide the screws and make the fan look great, and of course, the fan itself with the electrical wires and the metal safety cable. Now onto the installation steps. There are a total of 4 high-level steps. First, prepping the fan. Second, hanging the fan. Third, wiring the fan. And fourth, putting the final touches. To prep the fan, we first have to remove this metal rod by pulling out the safety pin and putting the pin and the metal rod aside. Then you want to fully remove these 2 screws. Put them aside close to the pin and the metal rod. Do not lose any of these parts. Next, take the mounting rod and remove the only screw it has which holds the ground wire to it. Set both the screw and the ground wire aside. We can now remove the top part of the mounting rod, which includes another metal rod. Again, don't lose these. Keep them close together as we'll have to put them back together later. Next, slide the mounting rod through all the wires with the threaded side facing towards the fan. Rotate to thread this onto the fan until you see that the holes on the fan align with the holes on the mounting rod. Once you thread the mounting rod such that the holes are lined up, you'll be able to feed in the metal rod through the fan and the mounting rod, and then reinsert the safety pin into the metal rod. Now we take the 2 screws that we removed earlier and we simply screw them back into the ceiling fan like this. This is what creates a very strong hold between the rod and the ceiling fan. Next, we're going to slide through the wires a few things to hide all the wiring and screws once we finish hanging the fan up. First goes the canopy with the wider side facing towards the fan. Next, slide this circular cover such that the side with holes is facing upwards, away from the fan. This is going to be important towards the end, so be sure you slide it in the right way. Next, slide the mounting canopy so that the flat side is facing towards the fan. And lastly, slide through the wires the mounting rod's headpiece that we removed earlier. Do this with the opening facing upwards away from the fan. Now, insert the metal rod through the mounting rod and slide the mounting rod's headpiece up against it. Rotate the rod's headpiece until you are able to slide it flush against the metal rod like this. Hold it in place while you tighten the screw along with the ground wire through the mounting rod. Once tightened, the rod's head shouldn't slide down, and we are now ready to move on to step 2, mounting the fan to the ceiling. Since we'll be working near live wires, be sure to turn the power off at the breaker from here on out. First, we need to mount this mounting bracket to the electrical box in the ceiling. One important thing worth noting here, In this particular room, the original electrical box was only for light fixtures, not ceiling fans. When doing this renovation project, make sure that the box is metal. If it isn't, it may not be able to safely handle the weight and movement of a ceiling fan. If, like me, you had a plastic electrical box, I recommend to hire someone to install a metal ceiling fan electrical box, as this can make this project more complex and messy. Attaching the mounting bracket is as easy as lining it up with the electrical box's 2 screw holes and then tightening the 2 screws that came with the hardware. Once installed, I like to hold onto the bracket and put some of my own weight down on it, just to be sure that it can handle the weight of the fan without problem. Next, we need to attach the safety metal cable. This is the step in the installation instructions that I did not like. Check this out. The instructions say that you need to screw this L-shaped bracket to a joist or stud in the ceiling. But like in my case, you may not have one nearby. I've never seen a design that required this and find it very odd, to be honest. So instead, I'll show you what I did while still making sure we followed a safe installation. Let's first mount the ceiling fan on top of the bracket. You can see just how easy that is to do. The ceiling fan is so light, all you got to do is just take the mounting rod ball and slide it onto the mounting bracket socket. Next, remove the metal clip from the metal cable and then loop the metal cable around the bracket. Once looped around it, then insert the metal clip around the bracket and through the metal cable's loop. And voila! In the case that the ceiling fan comes off the mounting bracket, this metal cable will still prevent it from falling down to the ground and possibly injuring someone. Almost done, folks. We're well past the halfway mark. Next step is wiring. This is very straightforward. You use wire nuts to connect the white wires together, the black wires together, and then the green wires along with the ground copper wire together. And be sure to do a pull test on each one individually after you do that to make sure that the connections are solid. And something convenient about this fan is that there is no actual receiver that you need to wire. I normally find that ceiling fans with a remote come with a receiver that you have to pair or program with the remote and then wire the receiver to the fan and the rest of the electrical wires. I'll show later how to program the remote to this particular fan. And now to our last step, putting on the final touches. Now, folks, I'm sorry, but I wasn't able to capture video footage of this last step, but I'll talk through exactly what I did. For this step, you need to take the mounting canopy and slide it up onto the bracket so it hides the wires and the bracket itself. To do so, you'll see 2 screws on the bracket. Loosen one and fully remove the second one. Then slide the canopy such that the loose screw goes through this hole here. And then rotate the canopy so that the screw is now sitting on top of the thinner hole opening. Take the other screw and now screw it through the other hole relatively tight. Now comes the annoying part. Grab this circular piece and notice the holes here. One side of the hole is wide and it gets narrower across one direction. What we will do is take this part and bring it up to the canopy such that the hole lines up with the screw that is not fully tightened. Once you feel it go into the hole, rotate the part so that the screw goes flat on the narrow part of the hole. And this is what it should look like once it's finished being hung up. Well done, folks. The last part to do here is to program the remote. To do so, turn the light switch on, then simultaneously press the remote's fan on-off button and the light on-off button. You'll hear one beep when the pairing is complete. If you don't hear the beep, then turn the light switch off. Then turn it back on and try simultaneously pressing the 2 buttons again. If issues still persist, make sure that your wiring connections are solid. If all of this fails, you unfortunately likely have a faulty fan and would be best in returning it. So sorry if that's your situation. That's gonna suck because you'll have to disassemble everything and take it back down. But hopefully this will be the final result that you get. Something that looks clean, modern, and whisper quiet. The airflow, excellent. The lighting, bright and dimmable. For the price, this is a huge win. If this helped you out, please go ahead and click the like button. It really helps the channel. Do you have any questions? Go ahead and drop them in the comments. I reply to all of them. For subscribers, be sure to join my Discord server linked in the description to directly engage with me. And if you love saving money on home projects, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on any future projects. As always, folks, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next project.